What up, y'all? It's your boy Sergeant Lynch. I'm back again with another video. I'm back, y'all, to tell y'all some things that I realized about being a platoon sergeant, right? So I was sitting down talking with the sergeant that I was replacing. I took over his platoon, this sergeant that I'm replacing, and he basically told me, which is the same way I feel, as a platoon sergeant, you're basically the middleman. You're the middleman for information between the commander and the E6 and below in your platoon. A lot of what I do is reiterating information because the commander is busy in his office. Stuff comes up to him, he puts it out that this information needs to get out to the soldiers. He'll hit up all the platoon sergeants, or even the first sergeant will hit up all the platoon sergeants and say, hey, platoon sergeants, here's some information. Pass it out to your soldiers. So that's my job. I gotta take information, pass it out to my soldiers. Maybe there's a bunch of information that the commander has sent, but I'm gonna have to break that information down and tell my soldiers the information that pertains particularly to them only, right? So that's one of my main jobs as a platoon sergeant. I get text messages. When I get those text messages, I send them out to everybody else. But it's also my job to go back and follow up and make sure things are getting done. Hey, this is what was put out earlier today. What's the status on it? Is it done? Is it not? How much is it complete? There's just a lot of information that comes out all freaking day that I have to put out. Also, another thing that I just realized this. As a platoon sergeant, we're supposed to be tracking appointments. We're supposed to be tracking when NCOs are supposed to be getting their NCOERs, their evaluations. We're supposed to be tracking, make sure whenever we have new soldiers or whenever we lose a soldier, that we are updating our alert rosters as far as, oh, this soldier in this platoon lives here, this is their address, this is their phone number, right? So if we receive a new soldier, we're gonna have to make sure, hey, we now have 170 soldiers in my platoon. Instead of 169, we now have 170. This new soldier lives here, this is their address, this is their phone number. We have to track appointments. Oh, we know that this soldier has an appointment on this day. We're gonna remind them and make sure they get to their appointment on time, because when they don't get to their appointment on time, or if they miss this appointment, their army is losing money when soldiers don't get to appointments. So there's all kinds of things that I have to track. My thing that I have to realize, y'all, is there's no wrong way to track it, right? Whether I write everything down on a dry erase board and I'm making sure, oh, this soldier gets to this appointment, this is a new soldier, this soldier left, this soldier's gonna go to this section, this squad, this team, or whatever. I can either do it that way, or I can have my computer open and I can have Excel spreadsheets, that kind of stuff. I could do it that way. There's no wrong way to track things for your soldiers. And that's something that I have to realize as a platoon sergeant. I see other platoon sergeants doing things certain ways, and I want to be more like them, but there's really no wrong way to do it. Nobody's telling you, hey, you have to do it this way or don't do it this way. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know. Being a platoon sergeant is just different. There's a lot of helping out a lot of soldiers with different situations. In my first 2 weeks of being a platoon sergeant, I've seen soldiers fail the urinalysis. I've seen soldiers disobey direct orders, and it's a pretty big thing that they're disobeying, or who it's coming from. Whenever it comes from a certain person, bad things happen, man. I've already seen soldiers that have to be taken to the military jail that's out of state. It's just crazy. And then on top of that, one of those soldiers I had to be a part of, where I had to go to their barracks room, collect their gear as far as the clothes and stuff that they need to take with them whenever they go to this jail. And then on top of that, you got soldiers that have to drive them from here all the way to a different state. It's just a lot of stuff, man. It's a lot of things that you have to deal with. I got soldiers whose whole family end up getting sick, so I got to make sure that they're good. I got soldiers who having their first baby, just came from a last unit, they're pregnant coming from their last unit, having a baby. I got soldiers that are just newly married. Of course, we're gonna have to guide them along and teach them some things, you know, about being married, as far as in the military, how things go when you get married in the military. Even the ones that are having babies, you got ones that are pregnant, you got some that their spouse is pregnant, they just had their spouse just had a baby. Their spouse is not in the military, but they are in the military, the spouse just had a baby. This is all different things that you have to help soldiers with and give them guidance on. Want to buy a new car, stuff like that. I want to buy a new house. I'm an E4, or I'm a soldier who used to live in the barracks and now I'm married. The way that the army gives you food and stuff like that or whatever, when you're a single soldier to now you're married, now the army has to give you basic allowance for your food. We have to initiate stuff like that. We have to make sure that you're enrolling your family into the program where the military can track them and give them ID card. There's all kinds of stuff that you have to do whenever something new happens for soldiers. You got to help them out with that kind of stuff. You have to be ready to, as a platoon sergeant, you have to guide your junior NCOs. Look, you have to help your soldier do this. This is how you help your soldier do this kind of stuff. That's the way to go about it. Instead of me helping them myself, I can give them guidance if they want to come talk to me, and I can help them out and be hands-on in helping them. But I'd much rather guide my sergeants, because they're going to be the ones that are closer with those soldiers. Guide them and let them know, look, this is what you have to do to get this soldier in line and ready for stuff like this. Also, if we are getting ready to go do some kind of training, I have to be the one to kind of make sure that the soldiers are on track and like, hey, make sure we bring this equipment. What equipment do we have that is ready to go for us to use while we're going to be doing a field training exercise? What equipment is not good enough for us to use for us to do this field training exercise? There's just a lot of stuff. There's so much stuff. And like I said last time, y'all, it just doesn't end. It just doesn't stop. It's crazy. I just wanted to get up here and share with y'all my second week as a platoon sergeant. By the way, I'm still waiting for the promotion list to come out, and I'll have to wait until Monday until the promotion list comes out. But I'll keep y'all posted. Y'all stay rocking with me, man. I'll let y'all know how it goes. It's your boy, Sergeant Lynch. Deuces. Love y'all to death.